something new. You know what I mean? So you're not in your element. Like at Toots, that's your element. That's your domain. And if we would have done the podcast there, you would have been firing on all fucking gears. It's really hard to come in a chaotic place. Yeah. But dude, that's where you grow. Right. You know, if are we still recording? Fuck it. Like coming into situations is chaos that you don't know what to expect. Yeah. You know, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen, and that's where the anxiety comes from. But every time you don't die, you know the saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. God dang, that is so true. And it's not just daredevil stuff. It's everyday life stuff. It's putting ourselves, and that's, I think, and then I'm going to shut up one time. I think our purpose, people wonder what their purpose is to be on, you know, everybody needs a purpose. And that's huge. That's a huge problem with the world. People are going through life without a purpose. And everyone has one. Some people think they should be a musician or a podcaster or a whatever. I think the secret is, I think one of your purposes could be expanding your potential as a individual, becoming a better version of you. And you do that by putting yourself into chaos in unusual circumstances, in situations that you're fucking nervous about. Like, that's the secret. Invest your effort into things that scare the shit out of you. Yeah. And from that, you're going to come back and say, first of all, I fucking did it. I didn't die. Maybe I wasn't great, but I know what I did wrong. I know where I could have improved. And had you not exposed yourself to those circumstances, you would have never known how to have improved. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's about expanding your potential. That's all you're doing as an individual, is growing as a person by expanding your potential. And you do that by either being forced into a situation, which most of us are. I'd say 90% of our growth is because we were forced. Yeah. We were forced by a parent, a school teacher, you know, to read out loud, to get you to give a presentation. Like, you wouldn't have a choice. Or a bill collector that says, pay me, bitch. Yeah. So, God damn, I got to find a way to make another. When you get desperate, it's amazing how you can shed an ego so fast. You're like, fuck it, I'll do anything. Yeah. Just show me, you know, until we're desperate. And I love, that's the highs and the lows. You know, a low could be desperation. I have to do better. Like, I have to get her back. I have to get him back. I got to figure out what I did wrong. And then you're humble, you know? And that's why I love the cycle of highs and lows. It's really, really important. That whole picture, we could spend the rest of our life talking about that painting, that concept and the importance of it. And anyways, don't worry. I was talking the whole time. It was on me anyways. Was it recording? Okay. Is that starting to make sense, you know? Yeah, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. So now that's the whole point of this podcast. I was super scared. I was nervous as shit about it. Because I don't like being on camera. How about this? I was thinking about this. People put their talents on camera. Now, something they're good at. Yeah. Singing, art, whatever it is. Putting your imagination, your thoughts on camera was something totally different for me. Like, you're getting to know my insides, what I'm made of, like my vulnerabilities. Like, I'm letting you in to my mind, and I am putting it out there to be judged. And that was scary as shit. But I thought, that's one way to grow. Like, that's a big way to grow as a person.
Yeah. I feel like what you're talking about, putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, I do a lot of rock climbing, and I feel like that is one of the most beneficial things someone could do if they like it, you know. But something about it's uncomfortable the entire time, you know. Like, there's points when you're climbing up this rock and you have your toe on this little pebble that's sticking out, you know, and it's like, that's an uncertain feeling of, you know, I may just drop completely off this thing. But and then you, in your head, you're like, you know, don't be a bitch right now. Like, just get up the rock. Yeah. Everybody's watching. And then you do, and you feel so much better. But you have to go through that uncomfortable oh shit phase before you get to the dopamine.
You're right. and you grew as a person. You became a better version of yourself. You became more confident. You became a person that can now pass that on.
Yeah.
You could change someone else's life with that. You know, I think that's the important thing in life. Whatever you do learn, I think if you want purpose in life, share everything you know. Learn as much as you can in life experiences, because you can't teach experience, but you can encourage others. This is, you want to change somebody. We're talking the other night about how do you, like, people want to change everyone, right?
Yeah.
Well, all you have to do is this one thing to be better. I don't think you can say anything to change someone. I think you can inspire them, right? By being the best version of you, by creating circumstances for yourself that people say, I want to know how you did that. Yeah. And then they're open to your suggestions. But until you've inspired them to a point or fascinated them enough in some way that they will unlock themselves to say, show me. Show me how to rock climb. I trust you. You can do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's our obligation. If you want purpose, just focus on being the best version of you. Become a rock climber. Like, I mean, that's healthy. People say that has no value. What?
That's all of the value.
Yeah, it's like... Shit, man, you're unlocking your potential by proving to yourself you can do anything.
I think I don't know if it's maybe wrong to think of something like rock climbing as just a hobby, because if going out to the bar is a hobby, I don't know. I just have this thing where it's I feel like there's people that love to go out and go into nature, and those kind of people are down to go kayaking and hiking. They'd go rock climbing if you invited them, kind of thing. But then there's people that just love, let's go to Nashville. Let's hit the wherever we're going to, But I feel like it's wrong to label those as just hobbies. Like, they're both not hobbies. Like, going to the bar, going to the movie, I feel like that's more of a hobby. To me, like, rock climbing is a self-betterment.
A lifestyle?
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I almost disagreed. I almost said, well, I look at everything like a hobby. But I see what you're saying.
And I mean,
I think the bar and stuff for a lot of people is a way to just get away from chaos, listen to music, enjoy yourself. That can be bad. I think you do too much of anything, it can be bad. Right. But I do see what you're saying, the difference. But let's say you have social anxiety. So maybe going to the bar and striking up a conversation could be important, So I guess it depends on how you look at it. I see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, I never looked at it that way.
Well, I mean, to be accepted, man, is important. And when let's say you got a bar, or let's say you got, how do I get into that? You didn't talk about, okay. Like, we are guarded because, damn it, how do I get into that? We are guarded because we're afraid to be hurt, obviously. But if you can practice putting yourself out there, asking girls out, we talked about, I said everything's a hobby to me. Everything, even my career, it's a hobby. It really is. I look at everything as, I'm just trying it for now.
Yeah.
It's not permanent. I am not doing the same thing for long. As soon as I lose interest, as soon as the passion's gone, the curiosity, moving on to something else. It feels like every time I start making good money in something, I'm ready to try something else. It's like, okay, it worked. Yeah. And I lose that drive, that desire's gone. But going out to a bar and just overcoming your fear of walking up to a girl and saying, hey, my name's so-and-so. My name's Jackson. What's your name? Yeah. And then dealing with that rejection. Like, how do you handle that, Yeah. And it's important. Those things are important because that's how you grow as a person. People would say, oh, you're getting thicker skin, but you're also learning to communicate. And that's not taught. That's something you get through experience. Like, communicating is difficult. But I think of it all, walking up and talking to a girl at a bar could be way more difficult than climbing Mount Everest for a lot of people. Does that make sense?
No, for sure.
But it's overcoming your insecurities, the things that scare you. I think that's maybe it.